There are a few things to think about when you order the Dreambox. What color matches your decor? They have Ergo, Modern Shaker, and Farmhouse Gray. When it came time for me to order my Dreambox, I headed to the CreateRoom website to start making some very important decisions. When you order your Dreambox, you are given a few options to customize yours to match exactly what you are looking for in your office. The first thing you get to choose is what color you want your Dreambox to be. There is Ergo, which is a white glossy cabinet. You can choose Modern Shaker, which is the same white and glossy cabinet, but it also includes some beautiful shaker details on the outside doors. And lastly, you can go with the Farmhouse Gray if white doesn't quite work out for you. I went with the Modern Shaker style of Dreambox as I loved the extra details on the outside. I'll talk more about this decision later because now that my Dreambox is all set up, I'm not sure if there was much need to get the Modern Shaker over the Ergo option, which is a bit cheaper, so you could save a little bit of money. The next thing to decide when you are customizing your Dreambox is whether you would like to add the crown at the top of your Dreambox. It features daylight, high-powered LED lighting that to me is very worth every extra penny because I had to block the large windows in my office to fit my Dreambox, and I lost a bit of the natural light that came before my cabinet was set up. Adding the crown with the light on the top makes up for the lost sunlight and makes it feel super bright and happy in my office without the window. I'm so happy I went with the crown option. So if you have a lot of natural light in your office, you may want to opt out of the crown. But again, if you do a lot of crafting at nighttime or filming or working at your desk, the crown and the light is amazing. So now it's time to decide how many drawers you need. The half set of the drawers contains and containers is automatically included in your Dreambox, but you can go with the full set upgrade to get more drawers and more containers. I have the full set of drawers and containers and ended up not using some of them. So I would say maybe about a quarter of them I kind of put into storage. I'm going to store them though in case I want to change out the layout of my Dreambox in the future and need more of the shelves and the drawers to add back in. I also added the 3 wooden pull drawers in the middle of the Dreambox. I love the way that they looked. They're so cute in the middle. You can see them behind me. The last thing to decide when you are ordering is whether or not you would like whether you would like your Dreambox to be already built or if you're okay building it yourself. I had the Dreambox built ahead of time to save some time, and oh boy, was I ever glad that I did that. Although my Dreambox came pre-built, there were still so many things to do when putting it together that I felt like I still had my work cut out for me. Luckily, Sean was there to help, but we still talk about the setup of the Dreambox a little bit more later on in this video. So now that you have ordered your Dreambox, the waiting begins. The delivery is something I was so excited for, and it seems to always take longer when you're really excited about an order. The Dreambox is on its way, and you're patiently waiting at home for it to arrive. And when I was waiting for my Dreambox to make its way to me, I took that time to clear out the space I needed in my office to get it into the house. Sean and I ended up having to swap offices as upstairs has the slanted ceiling, the peaked roof. So there was zero chance of getting the Dreambox upstairs. But because I live in a little wartime house, once we touch one room, we have to move things around in every room like a domino effect. So there was a ton of work to do. The back office where my Dreambox is now was Sean's office, and there was a lot of overflow storage from the rest of the house there as well. So we had to rearrange the kitchen, my son's room, an upstairs office a bunch, and clear out a ton of space. And along the way, I received lots of friendly email updates from the Dreambox team, letting me know where the box was and how long the wait was. So it was great having those reminders to let me know how much time I had to get my space ready and get it ready for the Dreambox to arrive. So once Sean and I received the Dreambox, we were prepared to get it into my new office space. The Dreambox arrived in a huge transport truck, so if you live on a street where a large transport cannot drive safely, you may have an issue accepting the delivery. The truck pulled up in front of my house. The friendly delivery driver asked me where he would like me to drop off, or where I would like him to drop off the pallet. They'll bring it up your driveway a bit on the pallet cart, but they won't help you bring it inside. So understandably, they are delivery drivers, not movers. So be prepared to have a few people around to help you unpack and move your Dreambox into the house. I would say that my Dreambox came in about 3 weeks, but the delivery time is always subject to change and circumstance. But I was pretty excited about how fast mine actually did arrive. So unboxing the Dreambox from its crate, you really have to move it. You have to do some moving. The Dreambox arrives in a cargo crate on top of a pallet. You are responsible for unpacking, moving, and discarding the packaging material. But again, it's totally worth it. Be prepared to have a few people and tools around to help you get your Dreambox out of the packaging outside in your driveway. We needed a few screwdrivers to undo all of the screws holding the crates together. And once we removed the plywood crate from around the Dreambox, we saw the Dreambox was in a few pieces, the left and the right bookshelves, and all of the interior boxes and shelves that you need to set up the inside of the Dreambox. Those were all kind of loose inside. Well, not loose, packaged up inside, but you have to remove them. So Sean and I started by removing everything and putting it onto my patio table. And then we moved the left and the right bookshelves into the office, followed by the center shelf and then the crown. All in all, the unboxing part was super easy with an extra set of hands, and Sean made quick work of it and got it inside fairly fast. So let's talk about this setup, because you need to get ready to make some decisions on how you would like your Dreambox to look on the inside once you have it inside. When it came time to set up my Dreambox, I had chosen the pre-built option. So that meant that my bookshelves were already put together for me. I just had to attach them together with a number of hinges that needed to be secured with screws. That part was pretty easy, but I did need Sean to help me put the crown on for the installation. He got on top of the ladder to install it on top of the center shelf, while I assisted in making sure that it was straight and secure. So go team. I have to say, the most consuming part of the whole thing was adding all of the shelves and the bins and the accessories to the inside of the Dreambox. I kind of just started throwing them in there, but Sean is a mathematician and more of a planner, so he ended up redoing some of the work and adjusting the height and placement of some of my shelves. So if it were up to me, I would have not ended up with something so symmetrical. So thank you to sweet Sean for helping me there. Once it was time to fill up all of my supplies, though, I needed another kind of help. It was time to call in my sister-in-law, Kelly, who loves to organize. So when it comes time to fill up your Dreambox, it is arguably the funnest part of the entire process. It's just so fun. Filling up your Dreambox is ridiculously fun. You think you have way too much stuff until you realize that your Dreambox literally has a place for everything. It's beautiful. When it came time to fill up my Dreambox with my own things, I was a little bit overwhelmed. I wanted it to be perfect, and so I didn't really know where to start. That was when I realized that I can move anything around at literally any time, and so there wasn't really any need to panic. I knew I wanted my yarn to be the focus of the Dreambox, so I used the side shelving to fill up with some of the yarn in rainbow gradient, in rainbow order. So now I have a lot of yarn and way too much to add to the Dreambox, but it was an amazing start. I got a lot in there. I was so happy with how much I could fit in there. I also have a side shelf along the wall of my office that has more yarn in it, so we're all set there. It worked out great. Next, I wanted to focus on some of my Tombow art supplies because they bring so much joy to me. They're so colorful, and getting them all organized and seeing them all in place seemed like a dream come true, as previously I had no system of keeping them all together. I use the small pull-out shelves for all of my alcohol markers that need to lay flat, and then I also added highlighters and colored pencils and etc. at the bottom. Again, I went in rainbow order with these because I love the way that the gradient looks, and I do plan on getting the CreateRoom pencil holder accessory insert for the middle shelf of my Dreambox to hold all of my Tombow markers in place in the future. But for now, they live in the Tombow marker tote, which I also love. I love the way everything fits. My last focus was my Frills Crochet Hook collection, and for that my sister-in-law put them in the left shelf of all of the jars, which I think worked out really well. She put them in order by color, and I love the way that it looks, although my only consideration would be that locating the size of the hook that I need is a bit of a pain this way. I'm thinking of reorganizing the hooks based on size instead of colors, and the colors will be all mixed together because sometimes function is a little bit more important than style. After that, it was just a matter of adding all the rest of my supplies to the drawers and containers. It was such a breeze with my sister to help me, and I think she had fun too. So thank you to Kelly. I mentioned above that you have a few different options for ordering the inserts and accessories for your Dreambox, and I didn't use some of the totes and shelves for my Dreambox, and I'll be storing them for later in case I need to change anything, but you could consider this when you are choosing how many totes you need to fill your Dreambox. When you order yours, it might save you a little bit of money. So then it became time to put my Dreambox to good use. It happened right away. I found myself sitting with my Dreambox, getting my work done, finding peace in its company, and saying goodnight to it at the end of the day. There is something beautiful about having your space so organized. I need a pencil, I know where it is. I need a piece of tape, I know where it is. I need a certain color of yarn, boom, I can see it. Not only did I know where everything is, I can also see everything. A lot of Dreambox owners use beautiful, beautiful paper products to customize the drawers of their Dreamboxes with colored fronts, but I love the fact that you can see into all of the drawers and know what is in them. I still need to go through things and do some more rearranging and organizing, but there is a sense of peace and incredible calm that comes from everything having a place and having a place for everything. Even my kitten, Jenny, has been hanging out in the back here with me, which is such an added bonus. She thinks my back office was built just for her, and she keeps jumping from table to cupboard. So it's like her little playground right now. It's adorable. So let's get down to it for this video. Is the Dreambox worth it? Yes, it's expensive, but is it worth it? I have to tell you, when I started filling my Dreambox, you know what the first thing I did notice is I had all of my craft supplies all over the place. I had things in totes, I had things in boxes, I had things in weird displays that weren't even close to being functional. I opened up containers to put my eyes on things I had entirely forgotten about. When your office space is not functional, you can't use your craft supplies properly. So when I filled up my Dreambox, I was left with dozens of empty containers, totes and boxes and displays that I just don't need them anymore. It was such a freeing moment. No more rooting through weird containers for something I need, no more shoving boxes into corners or under tables, no more trying to find space for supplies like yarn, etc. Everything has a place now and everything is close at hand. The Dreambox is big. It's very big. It takes up the entire wall of my office, which measures about 10 feet across the main wall. I mentioned before that I had to cover up my window in order to get it into my office, to get it to fit. But with the crown lighting on top of my Dreambox, I don't even really miss it. I am keeping my Dreambox left open at all times because that's the way it fits into my space the best. So if you have a room that you can close or partially close your doors and tuck it into a corner somehow, you can do that. But again, she big. Even when the cabinet is closed, she takes up a lot of space. Your Dreambox will be pretty much your central piece of furniture, so you don't really need room for bookshelves or much extra storage when you consider fitting it into your office space. I would say the Dreambox is worth every penny for the amount of organizing power it flouts. It is a powerhouse. It's basically a dream. You can find your Dreambox and get a code for $100 off your purchase with the link in the title of this video, and use the code CocoCrochet at checkout. Thank you so much for using my affiliate link, and I hope you enjoyed my Dreambox review from CreateRoom.